Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are back with a foundation review. Today we're going to be talking about the Lancome Teint Idole that everyone and their mama love, including myself. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown of the product, the shade selection, my experience with it, what shade I'm wearing. It's what I'm wearing right now also, and just give you a demo of me applying the foundation and let you guys see how it all sits on my skin. I know there's a ton of reviews on this foundation because it's been out for so long, but I've never personally done one, and I like to think that you guys like to hear my thoughts. That's why you keep coming back. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button before you go on to watching this video and before you leave, and also leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts, your feedback, your video requests. Let's chat in the comment section. Don't forget, no matter what accomplishments you are trying to get to at this time in your life, know that you are able to do it. Find strength within yourself and just go for it. So here is an overview of my face all bare. I just have my eyebrows done. That's why they look a little bit more harsh right now, because we don't have anything on our skin. But don't worry, soon they will be looking pin. With this foundation, I definitely have to moisturize and really hydrate my skin. Now, I've already done my skincare earlier, so what I'm going to do is use a really hydrating primer. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Base, and I absolutely love this product to put underneath more like full coverage matte foundations. Even though the Lancome is more like a demi matte, I want to say it's not completely flat, I still really want to hydrate the skin so that the foundation sits really well on me, especially now that it's winter time and my skin is getting very dry. This is definitely needed. So here is my foundation, and the way I like to apply this foundation is definitely with a damp sponge. I just feel like it gives it like a nice seamless application. Shade 425W. Now this is a little bit warm for me right now because I am at my pale stage. We are in the winter time here in Canada, and I tend to get a lot more lighter and very like yellow undertoned. It really pulls through. So this is gonna look a little bit warmer for me, but I can kind of make it work with my concealer and my setting powder. So I like to take about 2 pumps of that product just right there. You guys see that it's like a nice creamy consistency. It's not super heavy, and I can tell by the way it's running down the back of my hand. It's a really nice consistency. Then I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to go ahead and start blending that out. Actually, this is the Morphe blending sponge, not the beauty blender. And you guys can see it's definitely a lot warmer, but the undertone is still really great. It's like a golden yellow undertone, and that's why I can make this particular shade work with me with my concealer. Here is the foundation all over the skin, and you guys see that my skin still has a little bit of luminosity. Now this will dry down way more than right now. Right now it definitely looks more on the glowy side. It's going to settle down and become more of a demi matte finish, but my skin looks like skin. It has amazing coverage. It covered up my blemishes that were on this side here, but it doesn't look heavy and cakey on my skin whatsoever. So now I'm going to apply a little bit of concealer and powder so you guys can see how it all sits on the skin. I'm going to be using this NARS concealer. This is their Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Ginger. And now I'm going to go ahead and set everything with this powder. This is from Lancome, and this is their long time no shine loose setting powder, mattifying powder, and translucent. Even though this is a mattifying powder, which is something that I don't tend to like, it is really beautiful on the skin. It gives like this very soft feel and look to your skin, almost like a blurred out effect. It's really, really beautiful. So I do like this one. And for those of you who are deeper skin toned, they do have a darker shade. So don't worry, I'm going to link them down below. And here is my skin after setting it with a little bit of powder. Now with this foundation, I don't like to set my entire face. I normally just set pretty much the center of my face and where I put concealer underneath my eyes. Everywhere else kind of sets itself once it dries down on the skin. So I don't necessarily need powder in those areas because I feel like it's gonna make it look more matte than it already is, and I like the natural matte that it gives me with a little bit of dimension, so I'm not going to put powder there. But the center of my face, I definitely do need powder, and also my smile lines, I need powder there, or they start to kind of crease right there. It happens with a lot of foundations, including this one, so I definitely set that area. But other than that, everything pretty much sets itself. Like here, I didn't put any powder and it has set. So now that I have done all the powdering, I'm going to quickly finish up the rest of my makeup. I'm definitely going to do a nice hydrating setting spray to take away any like powdery effect that we have going on, and I will be right back with my final thoughts. So today we are talking about the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear foundation, and this baby has been on the market for such a long time. It is definitely well loved within the beauty community of YouTube and Instagram. So many people talk about this foundation. When I first started my channel a few years back, this is the foundation that was booming. Everyone was talking about it, but unfortunately my point wasn't that amazing back then, and it was just over my budget, and so I took a really long time to actually try out this foundation. But when I did, I saw what the hype was all about. So this beautiful foundation does come in 40 different shades, and the shade selection is really amazing, and that's what I think appeals to a lot of people. They have so many variations of undertones. They go really deep and they go so very, very light. Like their lightest shade is super duper fair. So I can appreciate that in a brand when they really pay attention to these kind of products. When it comes to your foundation, it has to be spot on to look flawless. I mean, sometimes we can make it work with concealer, but not your average consumer is gonna know how to do all these tricks, you know, to make a product work. They want to buy a product that's just going to work for them, and I feel like with this shade range you can definitely find one for yourself, and I just love it. This retails for $57, which honestly I thought was going to be a lot more expensive. When I looked at the price today before sitting down to do this video, I was like, oh, that's how much it is. Why did I think it was like in the $60 something range? So it is $57. I do feel like it is definitely worth it. This is going to last you a really long time. A little of this product goes a very, very long way. They market this as medium coverage, and I definitely feel like it's medium to full coverage. It covers beautifully. Like I'm talking acne scar, hyperpigmentation. This will definitely go over it really nicely, and it just looks gorgeous on the skin. Like you guys can see my skin right now. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look cakey. It just looks like my skin, but definitely perfected. This foundation does not feel heavy whatsoever on my skin. Like I feel like I don't even have anything else on. It sets beautifully on the skin. It really does set into this like demi matte, super comfortable. You still see dimensions on your skin. It's not going to be completely flat and like dry. It is a demi matte fit. It is very, very, very reliable because it is very long lasting. It's going to stay intact throughout the entire day. You really don't need to touch this up, especially if you are prepping your skin really well in setting your makeup. This is going to look beautiful throughout the day. It just, on me, I don't necessarily have to set this foundation with a bunch of powder. I do have normal to dry skin. I get a little bit oily in the center of my face, and that is it. So for me, I set around my nose area, under my eyes where I apply concealer, obviously, and my smile lines because they tend to crease if I don't. But other than that, the foundation just, once it sets, it stays put. It does not budge. It's one of those really reliable foundations that I know I have an event to go to and I want this makeup to hold up, to look fresh throughout the entire day. This is the one that I'm gonna grab. I am touching my skin, and in this area here, I didn't apply any powder whatsoever, and this is not transferred onto my hand at all. It really stays in place and intact, and it's just one of those really beautiful, reliable foundations that has a shade for everyone. This does have SPF 15, but I don't get any flashbacks whatsoever with this foundation. So who would I recommend this foundation to? And honestly, because of the finish and the look of this foundation, the way it blends out, I would recommend it for all skin types. I would just say prep your skin really, really well. If you know you have dry skin, you want to do your skincare, do not skip on your moisturizer. Do not skip on a very hydrating primer, because that's really what's going to break or make your foundation. A really hydrating primer is going to look beautiful underneath this guy if you have dry skin. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something new and cool today. Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this foundation. Have you ever tried it out? Did you find a shade for yourself, and any other Lancome products that you love? You guys know that I am obsessed with Lancome right now. Like, I love their product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to leave your comments down below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Ciao.